back with season 2 of the Start Something Show. And let me tell you, nobody is more surprised than me that we are here with a second season of the Start Something Show, the VIP Backstage Pass. For those of you who haven't joined me before, this is Tina Dietz, and thank you for being here. I wanted to connect with you on this special bonus episode before we dive into season 2 to tell the story of how this came about, because it is a very entrepreneurial story. So if you're someone who has ever started a business or been on an entrepreneurial journey, you will definitely relate to this. And if you haven't, well, this will give you a little taste of what you're in for. Back when I created the Start Something Show a couple of years ago, I wanted to tell the stories behind success, because I was frustrated with seeing over and over again these so-called overnight success stories where people were, making hundreds of thousands of dollars out of nothing. And because I knew that wasn't true 99% of the time. Most of these so-called overnight success stories are many years in the making. So I wanted to pull back the curtain and share the vulnerability, the failures, the real journey of success. Because so many entrepreneurs get discouraged because they're not having this magical, mystical experience that they hear about from online marketing. And I wanted to make sure that you know that no matter what the challenges you have, no matter what's in your path, we've been there. There's so many of us. We're constantly going through the ups and downs. And I wanted you to have that experience of knowing that you're not alone. Well, if you've listened to season 1, you'll know that's exactly what we did. What you probably don't know is that when I recorded those episodes in season 1, I also recorded more than what you got to hear in the show. I had a grand vision at the time of developing a membership-based training platform to help emerging business owners and thought leaders and practitioners get world-class business training. You know what I learned in the process of putting all that together? I really don't like running membership websites. Oh my goodness, I really don't. I'm a creator. I'm an instigator. People often have called me a professional instigator, an innovator, and a generator. I'm a creator. What I am not is a good maintainer. I had to get that through my head. No matter what the gurus of the internet said I should be doing, I had to get really clear on where my genius was, where my strengths are. The same things that I teach my clients, I had to really get through my head myself. And it wasn't the easiest lesson to learn. But when I finally got it through my head, my life and business made a major change for the better. As a matter of fact, launching the Start Something Show, my podcast, completely changed the way that I do business. You see, when I was 2 years old, someone handed me a tape recorder and a microphone. And I actually have the recording. At some point, I'm going to play that for you guys here on the show. It didn't take any time at all before I absolutely fell in love with making recordings and interviewing people, making up my own shows. I used to sit on the floor in the kitchen and make up new versions of nursery rhymes because I was pretty sure I could improve on the original, right? Like Little Boy Blue should have had a cup of coffee and he wouldn't have fallen asleep. And, maybe Humpty Dumpty never should have been up on that wall without a spotter, Little Miss Muffet. Why the heck was she eating cottage cheese outside in the first place? And why in the world would a spider be attracted to that particular type of food? I don't know. I just knew that I could improve upon it. I'd be willing to bet that if you reached back deep into your childhood, you would find the seeds of what you love to do today as well. That's what I discovered when I launched this show. I had simply kind of forgotten that these gifts and these talents that had come so easily to me as a child were the very same gifts and talents that make me unique and invaluable out in the world. So can you relate to that? How many times have we spent dollars and hours out trying to be something that we're not, or spend all this time trying to fit ourselves into what someone says we should be doing when we know it's not the right path for us? So last year, I had a major pivot point in my business. And pivot point, of course, is the buzzy marketing term for having a major realization and changing one's mind. I have been helping businesses grow for years. I've had clients in 6 different countries and more than 20 different industries. But you know what? I'd never really developed a deep niche, or niche, if you will. It was something I personally struggled with for many years. And when I launched the Start Something Show, what I discovered is this renewed love affair with my tape recorder, except that the tape recorder has a much more powerful processor and there's more toys to play with. I fell so deeply in love with podcasting. And before long, I was launching other people's shows and speaking on podcast stages, and was even the lead interviewer in a documentary called The Messengers, which is all about the power of podcasting. I decided it was time to scale my business, go for it, and go from being a solo act to a full ensemble. And I launched an idea I had been sitting on for more than 4 years in the background. And that was unleashing my own audiobook production and publishing company out in the world, in addition to the podcasting launches that I was doing and the business coaching that I've done for many, many years. Audio promptly took over my life in the best possible way. So it's crazy, but it's a good crazy. And now most of what I do is to work with leaders and experts and entrepreneurs to help them unleash their voice and connect them with the audiences that are looking for them through audiobooks and podcasting. Helping people unleash the voice of their message to express themselves and get their work out to tens of thousands of people is the greatest pleasure. I love having that happen. And it all came down to 2 things that I have loved in my life almost longer than any other: books and microphones. Where are you stopping yourself in your life from doing those things that you really love? This whole season is going to show you actionable steps, actionable tools every single week that you can take out into your life and make things happen. I'm so excited to share this with you. The shows here are quite a bit different from season 1. I had originally recorded these interviews with the intention of them being training modules for the members in my community. But since I decided not to do that, there was no way I was going to hide away all of these really awesome sessions for some kind of a rainy day. I mean, this stuff needs to be out in the world making a difference. And that's why season 2 is called the VIP Backstage Pass. These episodes go deeper than season 1 and have so much content to spark your creativity and grow your audience, your income, and your influence. So I hope you enjoy every single episode and suck the juice out of every single moment that you have here with the Start Something Show and the VIP Backstage Pass. You can always go to thestartsomethingshow.com and connect with us, leave us a message, get in touch, explore what's possible with audio production, explore what's possible in your business, and most of all, always be committed to thriving no matter what your set of circumstances is. You can do this. It's a twisty road. It's a crazy journey, but I know you can do it. Have a phenomenal week and go ahead and start listening to the next episode of the Start Something Show. We'll see you soon.